I think my view on this phenomenon has evolved over time. I think when I first sort of started with NIDS, and this is 25 years ago, back in 1996, I guess I had a pretty simplistic view that, extraterrestrials were flying in spaceships to Earth. They were taking samples and they were conducting scientific expeditions. I think the UFO phenomenon is way more complex than that. I think my view at this time is that there's a lot more to be done in investigating the UFO phenomenon than I had realized, because I think what we really sort of pioneered during the Defense Intelligence Agency funded program was the idea that not only could you just look at UFO performance, you could also look at UFO effects on humans. And you could document physiological effects, you could document medical injuries, you could document psychological effects, and then all the way out to paranormal effects. So that was a departure that had never been done before. And so that has really opened the doors, because sporadic data had been taken, but nothing as comprehensive and as meticulous as had happened under that government program. And they have all the data on this. They own over 100 reports, some of which were over 100 pages. So thousands upon thousands of pages of reports are owned by the Defense Intelligence Agency on these, not only the UFO performance and how electromagnetic spectra were monitored, magnetic fields were changed, and electromagnetic effects, but also on medical injuries and physiological, psychological, paranormal effects. So it's a very rich information source that was begun with this program. And you may be aware that the National Defense Authorization Act just got past the Senate, and there's a particular amendment in that NDAA written by New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, which is almost a carbon copy of the OSAP program, the Defense Intelligence Agency program. In other words, whoever wrote that language, I don't know if it was Senator Gillibrand or one of her staffers. I think there was a lot of what's in our book, Skinwalkers at the Pentagon, that showed up in the Gillibrand amendment. It makes me think that they want to get serious about UFOs, and they also want to go beyond just sort of documenting the physics and the engineering behind the UFOs. They're also interested in documenting effects on humans, because they specifically use the language in the amendment, like monitoring adverse physical effects. We're going to deploy field investigation teams. We're going to have effects on medical injuries. So it makes me think that, and obviously the devil is going to be in the details. If it actually turns out that the Gillibrand Amendment becomes law and is actually adopted within the Pentagon, then it stands a good chance that some kind of repeat of the OSAP program is possible. And that's something that I would never have imagined 25 years ago in terms of my thinking. The idea that the United States government in June 25th, 2021 would actually say to the public, UFOs are real. I mean, that's something I would never have imagined 25 years ago.
Some part of me was, this past year even, I was just like, I wish Hynek was alive to see this shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
he would have he would have celebrated, I think. I mean, again, nobody would have expected this.